Hello, welcome to my channel, The Active Old Fart. My name is Steve Herman. When we retire, we are faced with many questions. One of those questions might be, where are we going to live? Now, some people decide that they would like to move to a more favorable climate. And as such, they move further south, maybe into Florida, Texas, or possibly into Arizona. Now, these all have warmer weather, a much more controlled climate, and much more favorable for those, especially those who have some type of health issues. There's another large segment of the population that considers moving into other countries. There are many Latin American countries such as Belize, Costa Rica, Colombia, Peru, Ecuador, that have a much more favorable economy, some place where they can live a little bit more comfortable. One of the countries in Latin America that has been at the top of many of the lists for retired people has been Ecuador. Now, I have lived in Ecuador for nearly 19 years, and the last 7 of those years I have been retired. And I have lived here quite comfortably. What I would like to do over the next several videos is talk about life in Ecuador for the retired individual. Now, there are 3 major things that we need to consider when we're moving to another country. Number 1 is food, number 2, lodging, and the final one would be transportation. So I'm going to look in depth at each one of these items over the next few videos to give you an idea of what it is like to live in Ecuador. Now, my concentration for this video is going to be on food, not restaurants so much as where do we buy food that we can make at home. Now, foreign countries, they have items that you may not have seen in other locations, may not be able to acquire in the United States, and they may have items that you would like to have but just cannot find anywhere. So today I'm going to take you through a tour of different places where you can purchase food, what items you might be able to buy, and what items might be impossible to find. So we're going to cover some of those as I take you through various types of markets and grocery stores. We are going to begin our tour at one of the many malls that you can find throughout Quito. Before heading into one of the major grocery stores, I think it would be beneficial to discuss acquiring your medications while in the country. There are several large chain pharmacies throughout the country. Many medications do not require prescription. However, you may have to research the name of the product as it may be different than the same drug supplied in Ecuador. One of the largest grocery chains in Ecuador is called Supermaxi or Megamaxi for the stores that provide more than just food. Megamaxi is similar to a Walmart in the US, but with less variety and fewer sales. Other groceries would be Commissariato, Santa Maria, and Aquí. I apologize for the quality of the video, but taking photos and video within the store is frowned upon. I therefore had to be quite clandestine in the store. Passing through the produce section, you can see that there are a variety of items available. Ecuador, being on the equator, has a constant climate throughout the year. Therefore, items that you find seasonally in the U.S. will be on the shelves throughout the year in Ecuador. Strawberries in October or fresh asparagus in January are all possibilities. You will also find fruits or vegetables that are not available in the U.S. Babaco has a flavor similar to papaya, while guayabana has a unique flavor, sort of like a citrusy banana. Any imported product is subject to a large tariff. While you may be able to find U.S. items on the shelves, their price may be quite prohibitive. The meat section of the grocery includes all your favorite proteins. Chicken, beef, and pork are all present, although the cuts may have Spanish names which you would have to learn. Beef tenderloin would be lomo fino in Spanish, And while this cut may be exorbitant in the US, you might find it more within your budget here. Proteins are generally prepackaged, and ordering something special in one of the chain stores may not be possible. The deli section is mainly for lunch meats and fresh fish. If you want a special cut of meat or fish, you will have to visit a butcher or fishmonger. Let's leave the chain grocery and the mall and head out into the neighborhood. Ecuador has a mom-and-pop economy. Many people who do not have marketable skills within the business climate of Ecuador will set up some type of business within their homes. If you walk throughout a neighborhood, you will find a plethora of small stores selling groceries or bakery goods. If you are lucky, you will also locate a good butcher. These establishments rely on local clients to stay in business. Prices are generally lower than in the large chains and the service more personal. They may not have the variety of the supermarket, but they are more convenient when in a hurry. They would be comparable to a 7-Eleven without the slushies. The people who run these stores are your neighbors, and after a few visits, your friends. For our final stop, let's head over to the fresh market. There are many fresh markets throughout Ecuador, and they are fun to visit even if you don't plan on buying anything. Many neighborhoods have market days during the week. This is when all the farmers bring their produce to be sold. The markets are very crowded, and because of this, there are other vermin that visit the area to prey on unsuspecting shoppers. When visiting these areas, be aware of your surroundings and watchful of your personal belongings. There are generally central areas to the markets, and then other vendors set up their tables in the streets surrounding this area. These people will barter, and you can receive the best products for your effort. I generally do not buy meat in these markets as the items may be in the hot sun for hours. I relegate this to a good butcher shop or a large grocery chain. I hope you enjoyed this little video about the various grocery stores within Ecuador. And I hope that you will come back for some of my next videos, which will include videos on transportation as well as lodging. If you enjoyed this and would like to see more, please subscribe to my channel. I would love to have any comments or questions you have about things you would like to learn about Ecuador. I know this is a very favorable place to come and live, and I'm happy to share whatever questions you may have. So please come back. Hope to see you again very soon. God bless.